investigation, solving mysteries in the night. Chasing shadows, finding answers, shining bright light. No one's left behind in the darkness, all alone. With a heart like a siren, she brings the lost ones home. Silent cries in the dark no longer have to be. For justice, wheels keep turning, Granny on the beat. Broken voices find their power, call out hope again. When Granny's crime busters run, no victims left to pay. Bravery in her veins, truth she won't disguise. With a fire in her eyes, she's got nothing to deny. Granny fights for justice, never backs down from the call. For the voiceless and the missing, she'll stand tall.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing this great evening? I can't really call it great here. We are under tornado warnings, and it's really eerie outside. You know how the sky gets that eerie looking, and the air feels weird? That's what we got going on. So if I just go poof, you know what happened. Hello, Ginger Girl, Tammy. Hello. Voila, hello, Cheryl, Brian. Good to see you. Lori, hello, Crystal. Good to see everybody. Prayer Warrior, hello. Osprey, good to see you guys. So let's go ahead and get started on our spotlight for the missing Danica Martin, missing since July 21st, last seen in Hyde Park, New York, 16 years old. Both photos shown are of Danica. If anybody knows anything, please call the Hyde Park Police Department or 911. Let's get our kids home where they belong. Let's not forget about Jonathan Wang, 21-year-old, high-functioning autistic young man, missing since March 30th of this year. Jonathan does answer to his name, but everybody needs to realize that he does only present himself as about 10 years old, so he needs to be home. He shouldn't be out there on his own, guys. If anybody knows anything, sees him, anything, call 911 right away. As we have our little buddy, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, $500,000 reward. Sebastian needs to come home. Anybody knows anything, call 911 immediately. Travis Decker, still on the loose, or dead, whichever, but I really feel for the mother of his children to have peace. He needs to be found one way or the other. He could be considered armed and dangerous. Do not approach. If you do see him, call 911. He's wanted for taking the lives of his 3 baby girls, and for kidnapping. His 3 little girls shown here with their mom, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. Can't imagine what she's going through, the mother. That's awful, just awful. The last thing I did kind of want to talk about today was the sentencing for Brian Koberger in the Idaho 4 case, guys. And I want to just remember the victim seen here. This picture was taken the day before BK took their lives. And this was all the people that were living in the 1122 King Road house and that were in the house at the time that BK walked in and decided to take the lives of 4 of them. Dylan on the far left actually spoke today. I was amazed. She got through it. She did cry a lot. I was crying along with her. Horrific. Bethany on the far right, she gave a statement through a friend, and that one was tough. The rest of them, all the rest of the family spoke except Ethan's family, who said they were not going to be there today, which I understood. They don't want to give BK the time of day. But the one that I was really impressed with, if any of you watched it, was Kaylee Gonzalez's sister, Olivia Stevenson. She told Brian to sit up straight while she was talking to him. All of the questions that he asked in that questionnaire online, she turned right back around on him. Very strong person, and I just an incredible victim impact statement that she gave. Very strong young lady, and I was really impressed by her testimony. Completely just blown away. All right. Hello, Ariel. Good to see you. Crystal. All right. Yeah, Decker needs to be located for certain. Yeah. They were hard to listen to. They were really difficult to listen to. I mean, even the judge was crying, kept wiping his nose. The prosecutor, Brian Thompson, he kept wiping his nose. I mean, oh my gosh, it was just incredible. It was just incredible. And, you know, one of the things that the judge said is he hopes nobody takes the time to do any kind of interviews with Brian or give him a voice, right? And I agree. I don't think he should. You know, in my opinion, today's the last day that the public should ever hear from that man again, in my opinion, right? These beautiful young kids, the two that were left alive on the far left and the far right, they're going to be impacted for the rest of their lives with what they endured, you know. Not just knowing that they could have been red rummed in that house that night, but that Dylan on the far left came face to face with Brian when she opened her door. And then all the grief they got from people afterwards, you know, should never have happened, in my opinion. And then the other four, their lives taken so tragically. It just breaks my heart. Just breaks my heart. But I don't know if you guys saw the short that I put out about Derwood. Anybody see it? Other than Ginger and Lori, I know you guys saw it. I have the full version that I'm actually going to show today. But I'm thinking, let's get up to Tammy. You saw it. Cool. Prayer Warrior, you didn't see it. Okay. All right. If everybody that's in here right now will click the like button if you haven't already, okay? And then I will show you. And this, you know, this thing was inspired by you guys, so but I really love AI, guys. I really do. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Yeah. Yeah. Right. I mean, sincerely, his when he came in here, his comments were so enlightening, weren't they, guys? I mean, so, you know, I think I think making this song for him was the least we could do to show our appreciation here at Granny's Crime Busters. So, here we go.
Derwood's got a swagger, a wild little flair. Struts like a model, doesn't even care. Too sexy for his chair. Yeah, he's floating on air. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, he don't care. White girls bouncing, he's a walking affair. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. His reflection winks back, yeah, it knows the deal. Every step he takes, it's a catwalk reel. The world can't handle, oh, the way he feels. He's got that vibe, that glow. A little too much, but we can't say no. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, stop and stare. White girl shining, he's beyond compare. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. He's got that vibe, oh, that glow. A little too much, but we can't say no. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, stop and stare. White girl shining, he's beyond compare. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. He dances through the kitchen, spins in the hall. Even his shadow's having a ball. That chair's jealous, can't compete at all.
I couldn't resist. Oh, when that one, all I did was I put in 2 sentences, right, for AI to make up this song, guys. It was perfect. I just put, Derwood is too sexy for his chair, and the other one was, something about his white curls, flying in the air or something like that. That's all I put, and AI made up the rest of that song, and it was perfect. I loved it. Voila, you snorted. That's funny. Hi, chemistry. Good to see you. Oh, you know what? We're just giving back because we felt that when Derwood came into our chat that one night, he was so enlightening. We thought we'd just, you know, give back. Osprey, I'll spit out my noodles. Oh goodness. Well, I did get 1 thumbs down on it from someone. I don't know who. Somebody didn't like it. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Um, Lacey says, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I love that. You snorted, right? I know. Hello, Jen Jen. Good to see you. Yeah, it was so fun. Oh, thank you, Nanya. Too sexy for the nose. Yeah, I thought about zooming in on his nose at one point, and I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just when it talked about the glow, I thought about zooming in on the nose, but yeah, I'm sure the RCMP will love that one. Oh gosh, they're watching, guys. Maybe it'll make them laugh. They've got such a headache on their thing. Chemistry Queen, thank you so much. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Just gonna let you know.
Granny wants to thank you all for kindness in the chat. Super stickers, bright and grand, gifts of love we understand.
Memberships you gifted here spread the joy and banish fear. Every super thanks you send warms her heart and ends the end.
Granny cheers with love so true for each special thing you do. Thank you from her heart. You all play a major part.
Thank you. Yep, one dislike so far. You think Daniel and Janie like that one too? I don't know. Oh gosh. I just think that, when somebody comes in here and likes to enlighten us with their wisdom, we should give back a little bit. I really was kind of hesitant about putting it out. Ginger talked me into it. I said, well, I can't put the whole thing out. I'll just put a little bit of it out. Nope. We can't see who hits the dislike. Not in YouTube. We can't. You think they charged Derwood today? How do you know, Brian? Thank you, Cheryl. I knew you guys would love it, And if nothing else, it's for us, right? I don't care. I don't care what other people think. I only pick on his nose because he's so rude to the RCMP. Also because I feel he's interfering with the missing child's case. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Hello, trees. I'm sorry if I missed some of you coming in. Tammy, everybody has a right to their own opinion, right? I'm not going to go after her for sure. I think the people that are have the most guilt in this case, in my opinion, are Daniel, Janie, but I do think Malaya has some guilty knowledge. I don't know what it is though. but I'm not going to go after her. But oh, basically saying it's all Daniel. Gotcha. Well, I mean, I don't know how much Malaya knows, but we don't know, right? We don't know. But seriously, who was it? Brian, why do you think that Derwood was charged today? Maybe Derwood hasn't seen my short. Oh, that'd be a shame. He's in jail. Well, Tammy, we don't know what she's told police. They're not going to tell us. Let me say this. She left immediately, okay? And she went silent. And she did say to Belinda that she's working with the RCMP. And we do know that the RCMP only talks to family members, okay? So we don't know that she's not working with them. And Trees thinks it's those that were on the property. Yeah. Hello, Karen. Somebody in here said that, and I'm waiting for a confirmation or some kind of receipt. I'm not going to bail him out if he's in jail. He's not getting a penny from me. Hello, Linda. Yeah, see, I have a really weird feeling that I don't think Malaya knows where her kids are, but that Daniel, Justin, and possibly Janie know. But, right, I mean, we really don't know. We really do not know. And if Malaya knows what happens, he may be threatening her to keep quiet. Yeah. Hello, Missy. Did you miss our music? Did you just come in and you missed our music, Missy? Oh my goodness. Tammy, love, you are so invested in this case. You really are, and I get it. You're so passionate about it. He's not arrested yet because they're building their case and they want to make sure it sticks. So I would rather have them do that than rush to judgment and have an issue. Hello, Bonnie. Good to see you. So far, I see that Derwood has no Facebook posts for today, several a day in the prior days. Oh. Hi, Tosima. As a Bill Clinton knows, he even looks like a relative. Yeah. Well, we might play it again yet. A little while here. Do you guys want to see it now again, or do you want me to wait till a little bit later? For those that are coming in right now. We do have double the people that we had in here when I played it. What do you guys think? Do you want to see it again real quick, or do you want me to wait till later? Let me know. Again. Now, please. Oh, okay. I will play it right now. You don't have to rewind, Missy. All right, here we go.
Derwood's got a swagger, a wild little flair. Struts like a model, doesn't even care. Too sexy for his chair. Yeah, he's floating on air. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, he don't care. White girls bouncing, he's a walking affair. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. His reflection winks back, yeah, it knows the deal. Every step he takes, it's a catwalk reel. The world can't handle, oh, the way he feels. He's got that vibe, that glow. A little too much, but we can't say no. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, stop and stare. White girl shining, he's beyond compare. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. He's got that vibe, oh, that glow. A little too much, but we can't say no. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, stop and stare. White girl shining, he's beyond compare. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. He dances through the kitchen, spins in the hall. Even his shadow's having a ball. That chair's jealous, can't compete at all.
It makes me want to dance. I love the tune. Oh my gosh. Hi, Bobby. Good to see you, Laura. Where can we make a video like this? Okay, the video I made, I have stuff, I have software that makes video, but the AI song, let me let me find it, and I'll put the link in chat for you guys. All right. That's where I made, and all I did was tell it 2 sentences. I wanted something about his white curls, and I said Derwood's too sexy for his chair, and it made up the rest, the music and all of it. Somebody has too much time on their hands. What, Bobby? You don't like it? I was asked to do this yesterday. I'm glad you guys liked it. You're welcome, Tosima. Yeah, that link that I just shared, that is my intro song, my thank you song, my member song, all of it. All of it is from that. I know, right? I'm not a big one for using AI either, but I'm getting used to it. I go on to Canva and I asked it to give me a crazy grandma on a HEV, and that's how I made the one of Janie on the HEV. I mean, AI is awesome. So I thought we would listen to that first, and then we'll listen to Janie, right? Because guys, I do think that Janie is hiding something. What about you? Because we all don't believe her raking the yard for a swimming pool. She never put a swimming pool up. We're in July, right? There's not a swimming pool there. So I just don't believe a lot of what she has said. Back to the regular schedule now. Yes. Yeah. So I'll share my screen. And I'm also going to put up our warning. Yeah, Bonnie thinks she's protecting Daniel. Jen, I believe Janie is hiding key info. Yes. Front of the shed is new gravel. Hello, just me. Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely, right? All right, let's listen to her for a little bit and then we'll talk. None of us can take too much of her voice before we have to stop and talk again. Really, it's easier than you might think. You just tell it what you want and it does it. Seriously. And guys, it'll even give you that song one. Will even give you different versions of the song. If you want it to be country, they'll do that. I mean, it's amazing, and it only takes like 20 seconds to come up with that whole song. It's amazing. Hello, Mariska. No, nothing new has been said. I didn't see Daniel online last night, so I don't know. Anybody else seen Daniel online? I'm making him famous. I think he was already kind of famous before before the song. Let me see. No, he's quiet right now. Yeah, come to think of it, I didn't see him online in any chats or anything. Yes, there's been a big cleanup on the property since the kids went missing. That song needs to go viral. I don't know if I want it to go viral, Missy. Oh, all right. So let's go ahead and listen.
When she wanted the car, she would drive Daniel to work. She would go do what she had to do. She would even bring Daniel his lunch. She would come home. Then she would go back in the evening and pick Daniel up. So she was free to go whenever she wanted to go. And if she did want to leave, no, I'm fine. I'm just thankful that somebody is listening to me and not bashing me for what I'm saying. As I said, the accusation and the rumors have to stop. It's not good for me, for my dog, for my grandchildren, especially for Lilly and Jack. These accusations have got to stop. I
I don't know, guys. What do you think about what she just said? She's scared, panicked. I think so too. Why is she so determined to get everybody to stop? Yeah, she gave preferential treatment to her own grandkids. Daniel was on last night. Interesting. Hello, Truth and Beauty. Too little, too late. Yeah. And did she really think by coming out she was going to get it to stop? I mean, seriously. I'm gullible because I believe her and I know I shouldn't. No one's going to condemn you for believing her, you know. You have you're your own person, Cheryl. Um it doesn't necessarily mean you're gullible though. Maybe you're seeing something the rest of us aren't. I mean, because we could be wrong as well, right? Yeah, at the time Daniel was only working 1 day a week, but I guess they're back now to working 5 days a week. But at the time, no. Yeah, I think she does want it all to go away. Yeah. I mean, the two of them both need to shut up. If they really want it to go away, well, it's too late now. It's just too late now, right? Too much water under that bridge for it to go away now. It's not going to go away. Daniel did it to himself, and Janie is doing it to herself. Her stories are inconsistent as well. I agree, Lori. They would have stopped her going because of Meadow. I agree. They wouldn't have let her leave. You know, Daniel and Janie are in here. They could be. I don't know. Yeah. She made it worse. Yes, she did. She made it worse by coming out and talking. Maybe she thought her voice, I think that is what she thought. But the thing is, it only made it worse. It only made it worse. I was told not to feed the narcissists. In my opinion, all we get from Daniel is lies and leakage, allegedly. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. She hated Malaya and kids. She's nasty. She's mean. She lies. Nope, she's not a good person. In my opinion, she hurt the kids during the 2 years of being there. Scary lady. Yeah. Right, Brian. I mean, I hope we're not. There may be some truth in what she's saying. I would be afraid to talk to her. Malaya probably was petrified. Yeah, if Malaya was as soft-spoken as we think, I do think she was probably petrified. Yeah, when Malaya said the kids will speak to anyone in the store, were the kids afraid to speak at home? I don't know. I mean, we don't know, do we? It's hard to know. You said it, Bobby. You said it. I do think they agreed on a plan, and then she just ditched him and threw him under the bus, basically knowing he could go silent. Could be. Could be. Why is there always one footprint? Where's the other foot? That's a good point. In the yard, it was where Janie was raking or whatever, so I believe that Janie raked over it. On the pipeline, I think it was planted there. So that's an oopsie, I think, because they forgot to put the other foot down. Just speculations, but I feel Janie wanted Daniel and his ex-wife to get back together so she could have her children on their property full time. Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah. I agree. It's hurtful for everyone. Jack and Lily were 5th on the list. That's right. Derwood should work on Justin next. I think Derwood needs to go into the boonies, into the bushes, and shut up and just go away before he gets himself into more trouble, because I think he's already probably looking at obstruction of justice, guys. So I think he needs to just shut up, in my opinion. You know, go sit in his sexy chair and throw his white curls around. I agree with you. Yes, I agree with you, Tosima. I wouldn't let Daniel near my platform if I had one. Gotcha. He hasn't even tried to come around here, but he wouldn't last long here. Janie is intimidating, would last 2 seconds with me. That would be gone quick. Yeah. She's triggering, I will say that. But she doesn't scare me. Yeah, probably scared daily. Good point, Nanya. You think of Jack and Lily's feelings before your own for a moment. They're missing. Yeah, I agree. That's a good point. She got rid of evidence. What else has she done? Right? Think about it. She's talked in the past tense about the kids all the way throughout these audios, right? All the way throughout these audios. She's talked past tense. She talked with disdain in her voice when she talks about Malaya or Jack and Lily. It's hateful. And she's trying to feed us this narrative that we know better. We know better. I would submit to you that none of the four on that property that day are smart enough. And I don't say that to be mean. I just say it in all honesty. Melissa, I agree, but here's the thing. If you're in a DV situation, it's not that easy to get out of. Yeah, she did say my kids would not do anything to them. Yeah. Was that ever actually verified? I don't know. I have to rule out an accident only because of the lack of evidence. In my opinion, it seems like a planned event. Well, we're not going to know about the evidence. Right? We're not going to know. So, be real easy for them to clean anything up that happened. She's abrasive. It's hard to imagine her being warm, considering even when she was crying, it was out of fear, not sadness or loss. Exactly. It was total fear of what's going to happen. Josima, I think Derwood needs to go on an expedition to find Bigfoot. He needs to figure something out. Something that's gonna. He wants to be known for doing something good, right? So maybe he should volunteer at a homeless shelter or something. Right? A dog attack and cover up. I don't believe there was any trafficking going on. Even think about it. Janie said she knows the traffic on her road, right? So, and they have dash cams, and even the police don't think that they were trafficked. So, I can't go with that myself. He will be in the county jail before too long. Hello, Renee. Good to see you. He needs to be able to talk. The RCMP needs to see all the inconsistencies. Yeah. You're talking about Daniel. That's fine, but I don't let families talk on my panel. It just causes all kinds of drama, and it's not a good thing, in my opinion. If they want to talk, there is the mainstream media that they can go to talk to. Yeah, terribly toxic environment for sure. Could be. Well, we're watching it, but it's also in the group. Let me see. Jack and Lilly Uncensored, I think. Let's go ahead and listen to some more.
Don't know what's going on with my grandchildren. I don't know how they're feeling. I can't talk to them. I wished on the 25th of June, I wished my granddaughter a happy birthday through Messenger. I couldn't even see her. I couldn't even go to her party or anything. The rumors and the accusations have got to stop. That's all anybody can do is hopefully that where Jack and Lilly are is they're found soon, safe and sound. Either way, I'm not going to say it because I don't believe they are in my heart. Just keep praying for Jack and Lilly, and I've been doing it every night. I'm hoping to God that He'll answer me. I'm hoping that the people that know where Jack and Lilly are will please, I'm begging you, please drop them off here. They will be safe. We will get them to the authorities. That's all I want. That's all anybody wants. If there is enough people praying and enough people out there looking for them, hopefully we can find them. Hopefully we can bring them home to stop this. Lilly and Jack must be out of their minds, not knowing what's going on or what's happening to them. They don't deserve that. They don't. I wouldn't even want to be a kid in their situation because I know that I wouldn't understand what's going on. So they must be out of their mind not being able to see their mother or see Daniel or just being around the other two grandchildren or Meadow. Poor little Meadow. You should see her when Lilly and Jack would go up to her. Her eyes would light up and her big smile on her face. Now she can't see them. It must, even though she's small, she must be hurting. She's such a bright she's such a bright little child. She just must be going through torture too. How do I know they weren't in the woods? Since such a brief search, I know those kids. I've observed those kids. As I said, I walked with those kids through the woods. I had to carry Jack through the woods. He wouldn't go through the woods. He would stand there. He wouldn't go over a branch. He wouldn't go under a branch. I had to.
How does she do that? She goes from begging someone to drop the kids off like they're alive to going back to speaking about them in the past tense. Does she not realize what she's doing? Oh my gosh. Lori, Pete House Sassoon here, Derwood commercial. Okay, let me see here. Probably did start out good and then went downhill. Only a matter of time before they arrest Darren, especially after he called them incompetent. Well, they're not going to arrest him for calling him names. They're going to arrest him. It's going to be for obstruction of justice because he's interfering with an investigation. That's right, JDR. We won't know about the evidence until someone is charged and a court case is started. That's right. Hello, Kent. Long time no see. You could be right. I don't know. I don't know. Busted about her phone. She told reporters she didn't have it while searching. That was a lie. Screenshot says otherwise, Janie. 10:19, she took a call. 10:30, missed call. 10:35, answered to get back. Good point, Missy. That's right, Prayer Warrior. There wouldn't be a whole lot of evidence in an accident that might involve dangerous substances, chemicals, bodily fluids. Yeah. Hello, Cardi. You're going to see the music. Yeah. I don't believe there was any kidnapping or trafficking either. It's easier for Janie to accept the truth of what happened if she can blame Jack and Lilly. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I know, trees. I don't care. They can lurk. I don't care. Nothing that I wouldn't say in front of them. I agree, Missy. They're watching everything, and people really need to be careful, right? That are involved with other people in this case. They need to be careful because our CMP are watching everything. I thought Justin was there because Malaya had told Belinda that he stayed in the RV with his mom. Exactly. Mainstream media are the ones they should be talking to, not the public, and leading them up the garden path. Absolutely. Hello, Maura. Welcome in. Could it be a bad rug deal gone bad or debt? That's the thing. We just don't know, do we? That's a good point, Tosima. Rumors and accusations have to stop. We'll tell the truth. It'll stop, right? Confess already. People need to just tell the truth. The RCMP must laugh as much as us lately. The stories keep getting better and more ridiculous than ever. Exactly. Exactly. Let's see here. So voila. Lilly, yeah. Lilly came into the room multiple times while Jack was likely playing in the kitchen. Shortly after, he believes the children quietly went outside. Their boots were found. Well, their boots weren't found beside the door. He said they took their boots with them, is what he said. Yeah, I don't think she took the kids, though. That's the thing. I really don't. Okay. You seen Daniel 2 weeks ago in the children's aid office. Gotcha. Yes, Melissa, I agree with you. There have been lies in every single missing child's case we've watched, the last few ones that we've watched. And that's sad. And what's really sad is that it's the people that allegedly should have loved and taken care of these kids that are doing the lying. That's horrific, in my opinion. Um, I'm just going to say this. I don't believe that Cody had anything to do with anything. And I think people need to leave Cody alone, in my opinion. Mariska said there's no evidence of a kidnapping. However, there's no evidence that there was not a kidnapping. Um, all I will say is RCMP don't believe that it's a kidnapping, or there would be an Amber Alert out there. and they know more than us. They have more evidence than we do. So I would say that they must have some kind of evidence to know that it's not a kidnapping. Hello, Betty. Yes, somebody knows the truth. The kids don't just leave without a trace, do they? Kids just don't go poof. I keep saying that all the time. Sebastian Rogers just didn't go poof. Summer Wells just didn't go poof, right? Dylan Ayler didn't just go poof. I agree with you, Missy. She said we're almost at the point when only one theory or truth is only option. All other theories falling like rain drops now. And yes, I agree. I agree with you. 100%. Very well said, Laura. I agree with you. Yep, he's only guilty of being the father and of giving up his rights to his kids. I call that guilty. But he had nothing to do with any of this. And Belinda certainly didn't have anything to do with any of it, for certain. Truth and Beauty, hello. That's a really good point, Truth and Beauty. If it was Cody, I'm sure Malaya would be talking. Yeah, the RCMP have their theories. Yes, and the RCMP actually made that statement. They were asked if it turned out in the middle of the investigation that there was evidence that the children were kidnapped or abducted, would they put out an Amber Alert? And they said, yes, they absolutely would. Guys, they have not ever put out an Amber Alert yet in this case. So that should tell you something. No, Mariska, I beg to differ. Could have been accidental and a cover up. And that's what I think happened, in my opinion. So let's see here. All right, let's continue on with this. Got a little ways to go yet.
Carry them over them. So I know they're not in the woods. As I said, I don't even like going through the woods because I don't like walking over trees and branches and bush. Could you imagine a 6 and a 4-year-old going through the woods? You guys seen through videos of what the searchers went through. There's no way that a 6 and a 4-year-old could go through those woods. Believe me. As I said, I don't even want to go through the woods. I take the easiest route.
I may not completely agree with everything Janie says, but I do agree with her about this. There's no way those kids were in the woods.
Out. But if those kids are in the woods, they wouldn't have got very far. We searched. Look at all the searchers that were here. They had the dogs in here. They had drones. They had helicopters. A 6 and a 4-year-old are not going to go through that woods. Believe me, they're not. Well, that's a question that's hard for me to answer. The reason why is if any of you have watched Malaya's video of her when she was a teenager and the way she talked about things is the way she is now. Malaya and I could not sit down and have a conversation. If it was just a brief conversation. When I first met her, when Daniel introduced me to her and the kids, it was okay. My personal opinion of her, I'm not gonna say. But let me just say, when Meadow was born, when I would go in there to see Meadow and I would hold Meadow, she would always come and take Meadow from me and say, oh, she has to be fed or she has to be changed. She would go in the bedroom and she wouldn't come out until I would leave. When the grandfather came to see Meadow, she would do the same thing. When it came to Meadow, Meadow was hers.
I don't know about that. But guys, you've heard enough of Janie. Would you want that baby to be around Meadow either? I mean, the baby to be around Janie either? I wouldn't. Yeah. Yes, she is. Yep. Flip-flop. Yeah. Her first instinct, right, was they were in the woods, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. They would have 100% been found the same day. I know. Isn't that weird how her voice, just disgusted voice, that when she talks about Malaya, but she's not going to give us her personal opinion about Malaya. But you know what, guys? She doesn't have to. We know it just by the sound of her voice. Janie says a lot without even saying anything. Exactly, Trees. Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. She took Meadow away because she didn't trust her. You're going to protect your baby, right? I agree. Exactly, Laura. There's a reason. I agree. Taking the baby in the back room too. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Mariska. I try to find relaxing scenes. No chance I would want Janie near my kids, right? We don't know that, Mariska. There's been no receipts to prove that Meadow was taken at all. None. Nothing. I'm not going to believe Daniel, Janie, or Derwood as far as saying that the baby was taken. If Belinda came out and said that, yes, the baby was taken away, then I would believe that. That's right. We don't know anything about the CPS case because it is sealed. And we're not going to know anything, right? Janie treated Malaya like she was beneath her. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hello, Anne. Good to see you. Yeah, I agree with you, Bonnie, 100%. I think that there was a plan, honestly, Osprey, to get Meadow away from Malaya. I think that was a plan all along because they knew Malaya was trying to leave. I think when Malaya bought that car, Daniel started things in motion that he was afraid she was going to leave and take Meadow. Mariska, everybody and their brother could say that the baby was taken away. That doesn't mean that's true. We don't know that. There's no proof. There is absolutely no proof. Yes, I agree with you, Deb. Janie's crying because she knows what happened. Hello, Garnetta. Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, we don't know, do we? That's the thing. I mean, obviously, I think there was some sort of neglect going on, right? The kids ended up with alleged black eyes. There was something going on. So there was, I think Malaya is guilty of some kind of neglect, right? Um, it's a good point, just me. Yeah, it's a really good point. He's not talking, is he? But you know what? That's probably very smart of him not to say anything at this point. If he's talked to RCMP, that's all he really needs to do. Guys, we don't need it to be even crazier. Mariska, we do not talk about other comments in here, other channels. Sorry. And it doesn't matter which channel it is. It can be an awesome channel. It doesn't matter. We don't talk about them in here. You're right, Missy. It's impossible that no one else knew of abuse and yet no one did squat for the kids. Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. I think that Janie knew definitely what was going on. If those kids had black eyes, like they say, she knew what was going on. Yeah. He's afraid Malaya. Yeah. I agree. I think so too. Something bad happened. Obviously, something bad happened. Yeah, perfect way to say it. She failed to protect her children and provide them with a safe and healthy living environment. And she's probably kicking herself for it now. Okay, Missy, you have a wonderful evening. When I first started reading your comment, JDR, I was like, really? No. Thank you, Garnetta. You're sweet. I think Malaya was suffering from postpartum depression and anxiety due to DB, which makes her leaving and not saying anything makes sense. Absolutely. She's probably suffering from massive guilt. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. All right. So let's continue on with this.
I could go in there and I could play with Jack and Lily all I wanted. But with Meadow, no. Meadow was hers.
Okay. So that statement that she could go and play with Jack and Lily is a little disturbing, right? Is it that here's my question though. Was Malaya afraid that they would take Meadow away from her? That's why she was really controlling over Meadow? Because Meadow was blood to Janie and Daniel. She knew that they would not want Jack and Lily. I don't know. Just a thought.
Since that child has been born, do you want to know how many times I babysat that child? Twice. I looked after her twice. Once when she was outside helping Daniel with the wood because she wanted to get outside. I watched Meadow. The second time I watched Meadow was when Malaya had an episode. I think she was having an anxiety attack. The ambulance was called and they took her to the hospital. I watched Meadow until Daniel got home. That day that I watched Meadow, I got Jack and Lily off the school bus. And I'll never forget the expression on the bus driver's face when I took Meadow and said, here, watch her while I get Jack out of the seatbelt. He looked at me because I just said, you have to take Meadow so I can get Jack out of the seat. And I got Jack out of the seatbelt and I got Lily and I took the baby from the bus driver. He's a great guy. You probably seen videos about him on TikTok or on YouTube. And I took the kids in the house and Daniel arrived maybe 10 minutes after I got the kids off the bus and he cooked them supper. Not me. He cooked them supper. And I did up her housework for her while he was feeding Meadow and Jack and Lily. So yes, Daniel did look after those children. I have not tried contacting the chief. The reason why I would have not contacted the chief is she probably wouldn't tell me anything like she did Belinda, because the children are not mine. And I did not say the kids were on the reservation. So why would I contact the chief? Now, there's people said that they are on the reservation. And as I told you, I do not know where Lily and Jack are. So why would I go and call the chief to ask him if they're there when I do not know if they are there or not? If you don't mind, I would like to just stay like this because I can have a chance to answer your questions. Because if all these guys keep throwing questions at me, I'm going to read them and then I'm just going to get all confused because I'm going to get one question in with another question, and that's just going to screw everything up. If you guys don't want any questions asked this way, that's fine. I'll stop talking. I get all the time in the world. It's not like I have a life anymore. God, there can't be that many more questions for you guys to ask me. I told you everything that I know. Like, I mean, do you want me to tell you what color the sky is today? Like, how much more can I answer? Like, how many more questions is there? God, I answered more questions than they did in my interview. I have no idea where to search. The only thing I can say is keep the flyers going. All this place has been searched. It's been turned upside down, inside out. There's nothing more they can do here. Like, they even checked the septic tank. They checked the well. They checked everywhere. They checked under my tray, under the trailer. They had a drone under there. They checked here. They checked everywhere. There's no other place that they could search here. The kids are not here. The only search that you could search is out there in the world. I felt comfortable answering your guys' questions because nobody was coming to me all at one time. And as I said, I have nothing to hide. I did my interview. I'm free speech now. As I said, I felt comfortable doing my interview. Everything I'm telling you is what's on my interview. Only I am showing you what happened and where it happened. That's the only difference of me talking to you guys now. As I said, when I gave my interview, I felt this great relief off of my chest because I actually had someone that was willing to listen to me and not judge me. So, and you guys are not judging me right now. You probably will after I get off here. But I have nothing to hide. I had nothing to hide. I would have come out sooner. But the thing is the investigator said, even told Daniel to stay out of the press, stay off of the YouTube talks, stay off the TikToks, stay off of Facebook, because it would hurt their investigation. I am so tired of this investigation shit. I told them this 2 months ago. And yet we had one report from the RCMP of what they have done. It's been a month since we had an update on anything. So I just got it in my mind. It's time that I spoke out. And I did. No, I'm sorry. I don't have any pictures of Jack and Lily to share with you. I'm sorry. I don't really have any pictures of my other 2 grandchildren. And because I got to see them, the only pictures that I even have of that I get pictures of is my other 2 grandchildren. I don't have any pictures of Jack and Lily. No, I'm sorry. I got to see them every day. Every day. So no, I'm sorry. Malaya would be the only one that would have any up-to-date pictures of Jack and Lily. The ones that are on the flyers right now, let me have a look, are actually the up-to-date photos of Jack and Lily. because Jack and Lily just get their hair cut not long before that. So the pictures on the photo, on the flyers, are up-to-date pictures. I can say they're up-to-date pictures because the day Lily got her hair cut and I went in the day she got it cut, she said, "Look, Granny, look at my new hairdo. Isn't it pretty?" And I got nice bangs. And Jack would come over and say, "I got my hair cut too." And I would say to him, "Yeah, you got your hair cut. It's really short. It looks good." So yes, those are the last two pictures of on the flyers that are updated. I can say they're up-to-date pictures because the day
Wow, long pause there. She must be reading a really long question.
Yes, my RV was searched twice on Friday and Sunday morning. As I said in my interview, I might have said Monday morning, but it was Sunday morning. On Friday, I had search and rescue check my trailer. The reason why is this officer Mason was going to come into my trailer, and I said, "There's a dog in there." And she said to me, "If you interfere in our investigation, I will have you removed from the premises." That's all I was saying to her, is there was a dog in there. And the reason why I said that is my dog, this is his property. And as I said, if my brothers or my family come and they knock before they come in here. My dog is not a vicious dog, but it is his property. He knows people that come here. He did not know Officer Mason. And the reason why I said there was a dog in there is so she would not open the door and something happened. So
She irritates me. Go put the dog on a doggone leash. Right? Put the dog on a doggone leash. So, hello, Sierra Jean. Good to see you. My step granny never had pics of me either, and she was a proper mean old bag too. uh, yes. Her words give me a sinking feeling. She talks about them in the past tense. Big time. So I'm trying to understand what you're saying here, Explorer. Darren said that Malaya's friends took Lily and Jack, and that he was concerned harm would come if they became cornered. What if the story he was told is in actuality what Daniel did with Lily and Jack, and Daniel is cornered? Yeah. Yeah. Could be. Could be. Interesting, though. Sounds like a rambling drunk. Something like that, right? You see him being juiced up on rugs and doing something stupid like taking off on the ATV or having them taken away so Malaya would not leave him. Interesting. Interesting. Hostess with the mostess. Yes. Wonderful hostess. There's a dog in there. An officer would not say, she had to have said, you can't go in there. My dog is in there, or something like that. She didn't just say, there's a dog in there. Because the officer would not say, you're impeding my investigation with just Janie saying there's a dog in there. The officer would have then said, well, you need to take it out, right? Yeah, I think she was. Or, she was probably getting a lot of that. That noise is when you get messages on Messenger. So she's probably getting a lot of messages. I don't know, right? Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't realize how she comes across. Yeah. That's a really good point, Trees. She has zero thought process. Zero. She has no boyfriend. Evidently, she's allegedly does. But she chose not to go with him that night. She chose to stay and rake instead. That's very true. There's always truth in the lies. Yes. Remember, RCMP has a truth verification unit, guys. They know what's going on. Did the reporter get a word in? They were doing this in a private group on Facebook, and they were in a chat, but she was doing voicemail messages, and she was answering questions that were rolling along in chat. So that's why there was pauses in between, because she was reading the messages and then answering them. She never really said, but if she doesn't think they're in the woods, she's never really said what she thinks. Hello, Drippy Thoughtsicles. Good to see you. Okay, we're not bringing any kind of racism in here. If you can't be nice, Mariska, then just go elsewhere, okay? I hope I'm playing an AI tune after Janie. You want me to play it again, guys? Janie repeatedly mentions Lilly screaming all the time. Maybe it's learned behavior from Granny. Could be. Oh, I'm sure they were a hunting family. No doubt. Sure they are. You think it's aliens messaging her? No, he's actually dating Logan's grandmother. Derwood is dating Logan's grandmother, so unless he's dating Janie too. I mean, I don't know. Remember, he's too sexy for his chair, just me. Yeah, I don't think it was. Well, I don't think it was. Um, Thank you, Lindsay. Well, Darren said she thought she heard a car. Malaya shushing the kids, yada, 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 but nothing Janie said backs that up. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And even both Janie and Daniel have said that Darren lied. So it's interesting. Yeah, I agree. The first 48 hours are critical. It's, yeah. Need to hear my song again. Okay, we'll show it in a little bit here. Said she doesn't like to be on camera and she probably doesn't want to be interviewed. Well, she was on camera and she was interviewed, so that was her choice. She asked them to come to her home. Okay, I don't agree with that. Okay. People that know me know that I am very soft spoken. I am very hard of hearing. I hardly have anything left. About 20% in my right ear, and I have a hearing aid. So that's not true. Not necessarily true. I still have, Brenda Joe even says to me, "You talk so soft," right? So that's not exactly true. There's no sign of abduction. The kids wouldn't have gotten far in the woods. What does that leave? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Always. Always. I don't try to just do snippets. It doesn't yeah, I no, that I'm trying to think of what I want to say here. If I'm going to play something, I'm going to play it all. I'm not just going to pick pieces of it to make a point, because I'm not here to make you guys believe me, right? We're here to talk about the case, try to think critically, and to try to figure out what happened, right? Yes, we speculate, we have our own opinions, and they are just that, our own opinions. But we do try to stick with facts, and we do listen to their statements because it does give us some kind of an idea of what might have happened. Yeah, the RCMP have stated they thought they would find the children quickly. That was when they thought the children were in the woods. That's true. On the interview that she did take over, didn't she? But I think, honestly, the girl did that on purpose. I think she let her talk. Honestly. My mom's volume can get high, but she was hard of hearing since young and well. My mom's volume was very high. She was not hard of hearing. She was just loud. But I think that's because she had 10 brothers and sisters, and you had to speak loud to make yourself heard. So I think because my mom was loud, I became the opposite, right? I became soft. Yeah, weird. Very weird. It's funny how things in your childhood can affect you. My son can be loud, but that is when he is not wearing his hearing aids. Gotcha. You're super sensitive, Walla. I gotcha. Oh, no. This is those leaked audio tapes that we still haven't gotten all the way through yet. Right. Lost opportunity to ask real questions instead of being shown around and let Janie take over. That's true. That's true. I agree. I agree 100%. So I think that's all we can take of Janie for today, right? Let's go ahead and play our
Derwood's got a swagger, a wild little flair. Struts like a model, doesn't even care. Too sexy for his chair. Yeah, he's floating on air. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, he don't care. White girls bouncing, he's a walking affair. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. His reflection winks back, yeah, it knows the deal. Every step he takes, it's a catwalk reel. The world can't handle, oh, the way he feels. He's got that vibe, that glow. A little too much, but we can't say no. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, stop and stare. White girl shining, he's beyond compare. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. He's got that vibe, oh, that glow. A little too much, but we can't say no. Too sexy for his chair. Too sexy, stop and stare. White girl shining, he's beyond compare. Oh, Derwood, you're too sexy for your chair. He dances through the kitchen, spins in the hall. Even his shadow's having a ball. That chair's jealous, can't compete at all.
So, regardless of what any naysayers want to say, you're welcome, Jen. Um, just gives us a little bit of giggle. Does it help find us, Jack and Lily? No, it does not. We're just giving back. Derwood was in here and he wanted to enlighten all of us with his knowledge and his words. So we're just giving back to Derwood. He probably would be Garnetta, right? uh, so let's see what else I missed. Janie was either covering for her son or has been manipulated into thinking what she's saying is true. In my opinion, it's really hard to tell, and I flip back and forth. Yeah. Floating on air. Well, yeah, right? Probably would. Just giving back to his enlightenment when he came on our channel. So, and yes, justice for Lily and Jack. Bring them home. Absolutely. Bring them home. She's covering for something. Yeah, I agree she is. She's covering for something. So let's do our grannyism for tonight. And I picked this today with the Idaho 4 in mind. Yeah. There was another one that did the same thing a while back that's so disgusting. But anyway, because Brian Koberger was sentenced to 4 life imprisonments without the possibility of parole and 10 years on top of it, all to run consecutively, meaning one after the other. He's not getting out at all. All I could think about was those 4 wonderful, beautiful, bright lives that he took. And so tonight's grannyism is in honor of the Idaho 4. If we remembered every day that we could lose someone at any moment, we would love them more freely and fiercely and without fear. Not because there is nothing to lose, but because everything can always be lost. Right? Hello, Kay Skywalker. That's right. No one would go to these lengths unless they're trying to cover up the truth. Absolutely, I agree with you. Yeah, just tell someone, please don't list any channels. Okay. And I mean, we can also link this to the children. I'm sure Belinda never thought that she'd never be able to see those babies again, right? So, you know, but I honestly did it because of the Idaho 4. There's kind of a, I don't want to say closure. I don't like that word because I don't believe that anyone that's ever lost a child gets closure from that, right? But there's just what do I want to say? A sense of resolution, I guess. I guess that's a word I want to use. Resolution that Brian is going to live the rest of his life in prison, hopefully never to be heard from again. And I hope and pray that reporters leave him alone. We do not want to hear from him. We do not. We do not. Oh, thank you, Diane. Welcome in. We're happy to have you. Yeah, unfortunately, I think she is, and no one's probably kicking herself more than Belinda. I'm sure that she is, and I feel bad for her. Exactly, Drippy. She was just trying to give Malaya space. She never fathomed she would never see the kids again, right? Guys, please do not bring up other channels, okay? They may be wonderful channels. They may be, you know, and I don't doubt that. But if we let one in, we have to let all in. And we can't do it because it causes issues, okay? Causes issues. I agree with you, Lily, 100%. But 4 life sentences is the next best thing without the possibility of parole. Next best thing. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that was sad. So sad. Yes, those families talking today, that was just heartbreaking. Was really heartbreaking. Yes, Ginger, you bring up a good point. Guys, let's keep Belinda in our prayers, right? I can't imagine what she goes through on a daily basis. And if nothing else, we need resolution in this case for her because she is their voice. She's the only one fighting for those babies. Seriously. She's their voice. She's their Seth, right? So keep her in her prayers. No one was dancing but you. We were all dancing earlier, JDR. I played it earlier and everybody was dancing. Oh. Yes. So thank you guys for a great chat. Remember, love those people in your life freely and fiercely without fear. Okay? Love them hard, laugh with them. Life's too short. Life is too short. And I'll leave you guys with it. Well, no, I won't leave you with that. Please, please, if you hadn't already, hit the like button. Now I will leave you with the fact that you need to love your loved ones hard and laugh with them, okay? And we will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.